Since Tesla and Elon unveiled the semi-truck in 2017, the world's first electric truck capable of going 500 miles on just one charge, with each charge taking 45 minutes, has gotten some significant and well-deserved attention. More importantly, it can carry a total load of up to 82,000 pounds without facing issues when climbing hills like diesel trucks have to. However, despite the impressive features, many still think semi is a ticking time bomb, and when it explodes, no one dares to imagine how terrified it's going to be, given its lithium battery packs that weigh tens of thousands of pounds. So it seemed like this was never going to happen, but recently this nightmare came true when a Tesla Semi did catch on fire, burning almost 80% of the vehicle and causing a 16-hour highway closure. Elon was shocked by the cause of the fire, and so were we. So, what was the real reason behind the big rig getting engulfed in flames? Let's find out the answer now. The truth is that we couldn't believe that this happened to the semi-truck, because in the episodes where we talked about this electric truck, alongside the praise for semi, there were a few warnings about how terrifying it'd be if the Tesla Semi ever got in a crash. Trying to put out the flames of a burning Tesla truck would be the craziest things firefighters have to do, because no one knows how many gallons of water it would take to stop the battery packs from burning. However, we ignored those warnings and believed that these were just malicious words from Tesla haters. With only about 100 semi-trucks made so far, this means that the chance of an issue with the semi-truck was extremely low. Well, we were wrong about that. 1. How the Tesla semi-truck caught on fire. According to the most accurate info we got, the incident happened at around 3:15 a.m. August 19th, early in the morning. A Tesla Semi was going eastbound on I-80 near Emigrant Gap, about 70 miles northeast of Sacramento, California, when it lost control and crashed into a tree on the right shoulder. The serious accident caused I-80 to be closed for nearly 16 hours. According to a report from News 3, the Cal Fire team was the first to arrive at the scene of the crash near the Nevada border after 3 a.m. local time. It seemed like the crash would result in significant casualties, both in terms of lives and property, but fortunately, the driver of the truck managed to escape in a remarkable way and was later taken to the hospital. Authorities are investigating the cause of the crash, including the possibility that the driver may have fallen asleep while driving the semi, which is one of the more common causes of truck accidents. In an effort to extinguish the flames, Cal Fire crews doused the semi with thousands of gallons of water to cool the lithium-ion battery pack to a manageable target temperature of around 100 degrees Fahrenheit while the cells burned out. As the semi burned, temps reached a terrifying 1,000 degrees. In addition, to prevent the fire from spreading to the surrounding forest, Cal Fire deployed fire retardant around the truck. By around 4 p.m., more than 12 hours later, crews were able to bring the battery pack down to a safer temp and start moving what remained of the semi to Tesla's Gigafactory in Nevada. The highway was finally reopened just after 7 that evening. Now, we're not sure if you're aware, but the rate of EV fires tends to be a bit lower than that of regular combustion engine fires. According to stats we've read, EV fires are 8 times less likely to happen compared to ICE vehicle fires, based on the Tesla Impact Report. However, when they do happen, first responders need to be well trained on how to handle EV fires. So, when the semi-truck caught fire, the first responders on the scene had to wear hazmat suits to deal with it, and the smoke from the fire was the main reason the local road was closed for 16 hours. In general, the first thing to do with any EV fire is to cool down the battery pack, and that's usually with water. Other options include submerging the battery pack in water for immediate cooling, covering it with sand, or simply letting it burn out on its own. In this major incident, it seems that the responders sprayed a lot of water on the semi, and there haven't been any other methods reported. The semi was burning fairly close to a large row of trees, but fortunately, California hasn't had any recent dry weather, so officials have indicated that there was almost no risk of it turning into a major wildfire. What is the main reason why Tesla Semi caught fire? Clearly, we all know that a vehicle catching fire after collision primarily depends on the type of energy and fuel that powers it, the very essence of the vehicle. For ICE cars, the combination of fuel leaks and the presence of heat sources or sparks are the main culprits behind fires and explosions. However, EVs don't have traditional fuels, so intense fires that they experience can only come from their lithium-ion battery packs. While neither Tesla nor authorities have yet fully determined the exact cause of the semi-fire, most of us can speculate that it stems from the 2170 battery cells that Tesla uses in their trucks. To be more specific, the driver lost control for some reason, causing the big rig to slam into a tree with tremendous force. This collision could have mechanically damaged the battery cells, exposing the electrolyte inside to air or other elements. Additionally, the impact would likely damage the battery structure, potentially breaking down the insulation areas between the positive and negative terminals, leading to a short circuit. This results in a rapid temperature increase and fire, so ultimately, this seems to be the reason behind the Tesla Semi's high profile incident over the past few days. As we've talked about, EV fires are pretty rare, and they're much less common than traditional vehicle fires. Even rare for a truck like the Tesla Semi, with only about 100 units made so far to catch on fire. However, these are some important factors to keep in mind. EV fires tend to be very destructive for several reasons. The materials in the battery are highly toxic when exposed to air, especially through smoke and fumes from a fire if the battery pack primarily contains lithium. Additionally, due to the enormous amounts of energy that EV batteries can store, these fires can burn for quite some time. It can take up to 12 hours to fully put out a battery pack, which is sometimes longer than it takes to handle fires that involve 2 or 3 houses. So, why is the Tesla Semi battery so difficult to solve? Recently, we delved deeper into the electrolytes and chemistry of electric vehicle EV batteries and found that they don't require oxygen from the air to burn. This means that these battery packs can continue to burn even when exposed to large quantities of water. When a part of the battery overheats, it can spread to other sections, causing a thermal runaway effect. This chain reaction can lead to the battery exploding or catching fire. The Tesla Semi is known for its exceptionally large battery pack designed for long-haul trucking with a gross weight of up to 82,000 pounds. The long-range version with a 500-mile range is estimated to have a battery capacity of about 850 to 900 kilowatt hours, based on the 1.7 kilowatt hour per mile energy consumption figure confirmed by Elon. In comparison, a typical electric car or hybrid usually has a battery up to about 85 kilowatts, while electric pickups have batteries ranging from 123 to 205 kilowatt hours. So a 900 kilowatt hour battery is pretty massive and could weigh somewhere between 10 and 15,000 pounds. It's not an exaggeration to say that dealing with this enormous battery pack of the Semi catching fire is a nightmare challenge for the Cal Fire team. The Tesla Semi fire is particularly devastating, partly because the Semi's battery is around 900 kilowatt hours, nearly 9 to 10 times bigger than Model Ys. In a recent incident involving a Model Y fire, it took about 10,000 gallons of water and 4 hours to put out the fire. The Semi fire started around 3 a.m. It wasn't over until 12 hours later till they finally got the battery temp under control. Cal Fire Battalion Chief Nolan Hale explained it. There's a reaction, an exothermic reaction occurring within a battery cell that's contained and heavily contained by design. It's very hard for us to access those. What are the consequences of the Tesla Big Rig fire? First of all, we can't deny that the semi-truck fire has dealt a heavy blow to Tesla's image. A truck having an accident and catching on fire would sometimes be something normal for other car makers, but as one of the leading pioneers in EVs like Tesla is, it's pretty obvious that customers are going to have a stricter view, especially for shipping companies like Pepsi, Walmart, Costco, or FedEx. They got reasons to be skeptical about the real safety of the vehicles that they've trusted to order up to hundreds of units. The sight of the Tesla semi-truck being on fire, along with growing negative reviews, could lead to a shake in public confidence in EVs and the industry that Tesla's currently leading. Even we, although we know that an electric truck catching fire after collision is a normal thing, at some point the fear of what happened will not make us 100% impressed with the semi-truck anymore. Behind all the hype about the world's first electric truck that can go 500 miles on just one charge, there are now growing concerns about Tesla's safety, risks, and technology. In our opinion, some customers probably are going to hold off on ordering a Semi right now, especially since Elon and Tesla have not yet given a detailed response to the fire. Another consequence of Semi's accident is that it has definitely caused severe traffic congestion, disrupting the work of thousands of people. When a big truck like the semi-truck gets into an accident, especially a severe fire, dealing with it not only takes time, but also requires the involvement of police, firefighters, and technical experts. According to Caltrans, 35,000 passenger vehicles and 6,600 commercial trucks pass through the I-80 summit every day, which is why the 16-hour traffic disruption caused by the fire has been so frustrating. During those 16 hours, not only did those directly caught in the traffic feel helpless, but the entire regional traffic system was thrown into chaos. Other vehicles trying to avoid the blocked section overwhelmed alternate routes, increasing the risk of accidents. Third, the biggest concern arising from this incident is safety. Lithium-ion batteries, specifically the 2170s used in the Semi, were once hailed as the pinnacle of energy storage technology. But now they've proven to be a double-edged sword. When a fire ignites from these battery cells, it's not just a regular blaze, but a fierce inferno that's incredibly hard to put out. Dylan Koo, an EV industry analyst, points out the water that you use to put it out is going to collect toxic chemicals. You'll create sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid. Koo further explains that the 900 kilowatt hour battery in the Tesla Semi makes the situation more challenging compared to a typical EV battery. That battery is going to release a lot more toxic gases. It's going to burn a lot longer. It's generally a lot harder to put out. We also came across info suggesting that the Big Rig's battery contains about 63,000 lithium-ion cells. When overheated, each cell releases 6 liters of toxic gas. Multiply that by 63,000 and you get 378,000 liters of toxic gas released up into the atmosphere. Additionally, all the water that was used to put out the fire drains into the ground. So not only is the air that we breathe polluted, but thousands of gallons of toxic water is also seeping into the earth. If this is accurate, that is pretty scary. The Cal firefighters, who were the first responders to the blaze, faced challenges. Noah Hale, the Cal Fire Battalion chief, noted that EV fires present new challenges for firefighters. Hale explained that they had to balance the efforts of first responders and community safety with effectively extinguishing the fire and monitoring its environmental impact. Noah Hale admitted that his unit had never responded to an electric truck fire on I-80 before. Although they were trained for such emergencies, this was the first time they encountered such a big fire coming out of a truck like this. Facing the thick smoke billowing from the Semi, the firefighters faced a major challenge: how to put out the flames when every stream of water seemed to make it worse. Despite protective gear, there was no way to ensure that 100% of those toxic fumes weren't entering their bodies. They also had to contend with the risk of poisoning from the harmful chemicals released during the fire, putting their own lives at risk. Of course, the financial consequences can also not be ignored. For Tesla, this incident is not only the loss of a truck worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Transport companies, insurance companies, and just people affected by traffic congestion affecting their work sometimes have to pay in money because the fire department also confirmed the 16-hour closure affected lots of businesses. Obviously, no one wants a disaster like that, but when it does happen, the figures on paper about economic losses can hit hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. Not only Tesla, but also transportation companies are dragged into the loss spiral. When goods can't get to their destination on time, the damage is not only material loss, but also the loss of customer trust. Every minute that passes while goods are waiting on the highway is a missed business opportunity, a disappointment for those who trust in that service. And last but not least, there's the impact on the environment. When a lithium-ion battery catches fire, it's not just a billowing black smoke fume that rises into the sky, but the release of toxic substances into the air, into the soil, and possibly into our water. These polluted air plumes are not only an immediate danger, but also a hidden threat that affects the health of people living near the fire. Cleaning up and disposing of the fire debris is also hard, requiring special measures to ensure that what remains after the fire doesn't continue to harm human health and the environment. The semi-truck fire incident has caused many problems in the present, but directly affected many aspects in the future, causing people to question whether Tesla Semi is really good when everyone thought it was going to be a game changer in the transportation industry in the future when the new Semi factory is being accelerated too soon to go into production, with the goal of making up to 50,000 units every year. Will Tesla Semi continue to be trusted and produced? To say this has caused Tesla to halt production of Semi or recall any Semis that's already been delivered to customers is almost impossible, but Tesla may be slower with a semi-truck, which means more careful packaging, assembly, and battery pack selection to avoid the greatest risk possible, such as moving the battery pack to an area with the least impact after a collision. It will still be produced in large quantities when the new factory is completed. The 50,000 units per year goal that Elon mentioned is completely possible with this new factory. As the U.S. looks to electrify other modes of transportation like buses and trains, tractor-trailers are also using EVs. Among them, California right now records the highest number of EV purchases in the country, and some are looking to large trucks to help reduce the carbon footprint of the transportation industry. But the Tesla Semi crash is also sparking a new debate among California lawmakers. A day after the crash, California Republicans are calling on Gavin Newsom to delay the state's all-electric big truck mandate. The fire involving the Tesla semi-truck due to 2170 lithium-ion battery has caused not only direct material damage, but also far-reaching impacts on society, the environment, and the EV industry. It serves as a warning about the potential risks of lithium ion battery technology and highlights the need for continued research to improve safety for new energy vehicles. Additionally, this incident underscores the importance of preparedness and swift response in emergency situations involving new technologies to minimize damage and protect community safety. While it's not necessarily Tesla's fault, as nearly any electric truck could catch on fire after a collision, this remains an unfortunate event. What matters now is how the manufacturer and authorities address the situation to provide a clear understanding of the cause behind the semi-truck fire. So, we want to ask you, what do you think about this incident? And does Tesla's Semi lose its appeal in your eyes after the fire? We hope you learned more about Tesla's semi-truck after watching this episode. And if you did, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to your Tesla Car World family channel. That way, you'll never miss out on any of our awesome videos that we try and update daily for you. So make sure you hit that bell icon. We value your feedback and your time. Thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you back here soon. Until then, take care and God bless.